Stacey that we have a few surprises coming up for him to celebrate. Coming up on the show, we follow some of our endangered New Zealand sea lions. We have your not-so-average pet in the Fanimals backyard today. It's an axolotl. And we get to see the winners from our behind-the-scenes tour at Kelly Tartan's, where we get to feed the animals. Well, I bet you can't wait for that, Stacey.
Absolutely not. Hey, Des.
Hey, it's International Vet Day. So we want to celebrate everything to do with vets, and we want to say a big thank you for all the awesome work you guys do to help animals around New Zealand. And here at Fanimals, you're our vet, so we want to celebrate you.
Oh.
We've even made you a special Vet Day crown. Are you ready? Here we are.
Classic.
I award you. Vet Day. Here we go.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Stacey. All right, from one surprise to another, let's take a look around at our second winner of our school holiday safari. Bunny Hutch. This is the place. Hi, Jay. Are you Jay? Yeah.
I can see my arm. I can see me in the background.
We just want to tell you that you have won a trip to Kelly Tartan's on a behind-the-scenes tour on the school holiday safari. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah. When I opened the door, all I recognised was my favourite program, Fanimals, and Jess. This is my first thing I've ever won, and it was really a great big surprise for me.
Let's meet Rex. Hey, Rexy. Rex has got a really beautiful nose. Jay's prize is for him and a friend. So he's picked his friend Ayesha, who lives just up the street.
So when I heard that I was going to Kelly Tartan's with Jay, I was really excited.
Do you have a favourite sea creature?
Yes.
What is it?
A tiger shark.
Do you have a favourite animal?
Well, I like penguins and seals.
Soon we arrived at Kelly Tartan's Sea Life, and we went underground to meet our guide, Sakura. Hi, Sakura. Hey, guys. Welcome to Kelly Tartan's Sea Life. You guys excited? Yeah. Awesome. So excited. Let's head on in there. Okay, cool. Let's go. Oh. Whoa.
The bridge at the beginning was totally crazy.
This actually makes me feel like we're going like this. So, who likes penguins? Aisha loves penguins, and so does you, Jay.
Yeah.
What type of penguins are these? So the little black and white ones are the Gentoo penguins. They're really fast ones, eh? They are very fast. The fastest swimming birds, actually. They are, aren't they? Yeah.
I like king penguins.
You like the king penguins? Awesome. We've got some king penguins too.
Oh! Hello. Hi.
Oh my goodness. You're gonna like this.
So which ones are the kings, Jay? The yellow-necked ones.
Oh my god, look at that. Look at their beautiful feathers.
Yeah.
So here we have the polar plunge. Now the challenge is to see if you can last 30 seconds in icy Antarctic water. Go!
Oh my god. At first it was like a really sharp pain, and then it kind of tingled and it kind of got better. How did they survive? Yeah, I know, right?
30 seconds, well done.
Ow!
The penguin area was fun. Now it's time to meet the other sea creatures. Look, there's a turtle.
It's graceful.
It is very graceful, isn't it? Okay guys, so now we're going behind the scenes. This is really special. Most people aren't allowed behind this door.
Got to go behind the scenes and feed the fish, which was really, really cool.
So, this is the fish you'll be feeding out today. It is chopped up herring, which you'll be feeding out. Don't worry, we aren't feeding herring to herring. Yes, I was just about to ask that question. Feel free to grab some food. So keep your hands well out of the water, okay? Just throw the food in. Awesome, that's perfect.
We couldn't put our hand in, sadly, because all of them had teeth and they could bite us. So we threw them in, or just plopped them. It was really fun just chucking bits of fish and watching them swarm around the food and arguing over it.
There's so many fish bubbling of fish, and there's one giant. Oh my gosh, she's so big. They're like, they're so beautiful.
There was so many fish coming for the food, I couldn't even count them.
Awesome, I hope you guys so much fun.
Oh,
And thanks
so
so much, Sakura, for showing us around and taking us behind the scenes. That was so fun. Thanks, animals! Me, Jay, and Aisha had so much fun together, and it was totally awesome to get a behind-the-scenes look at what goes on at Kelly Tolton's and to feed those humongous fish. And speaking of feeding fish, what have we got here, Stacey?
Oh, this is Jeff Wiggles, the axolotl, and he's joined here today by Tu and TK. Hey, guys.
Hi. Hi. So, TK, why did you call him Jeff Wiggles?
Well, we just called him Jeff because one of us just made it up. And then we just watched him wiggle around in his tank, and then we just called him Jeff Wiggles.
I think that's- I love that. I really love it.
it.
And Tu, what do you feed Jeff Wiggles?
Worms?
Some earthworms? Oh,
Oh, yeah, so can you feed Jeff Wiggles a worm now? We've got some here. Why don't you give him a worm and hop up on your stool and give him a little worm?
Hey, good.
Really, eh?
Wriggly wee things, yes. Scrape it onto your hand.
You got to.
Okay, let's have a look. Jeff Wiggles. Oh,
Go, Jeff.
go Jeff, eat that. Eat the worm.
He's just grabbing it.
He's grabbing it with his hand. Oh, he ate that really fast.
Whoa, he's so quick. And what else do you need to do to look after Jeff?
Well, you need to clean his tank and make sure everything's all clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of just like a normal fish tank. You've got to keep everything clean, make sure the tank's not all green.
Good rule for life.
Yeah. And axolotls have a superpower, don't they? What is it?
They're the fastest animals to regenerate their body parts.
Yes,
Regenerate.
that is absolutely right. It's amazing. Now, axolotls are so incredible because they can actually regenerate their limbs, their jaws, their spines. They can even regenerate their brains. Axolotls are also known as the Mexican walking fish. Now, Mexican because wild axolotls are only found in Mexico, and walking fish because they're actually an unmetamorphosed form of the salamander that can walk on land. And axolotls never fully mature into the salamander form, so they live their entire lives underwater.
Alright, more on axolotls later. If you have an axolotl question or any pet question, send it through to the Ask Me Anything button and Stacey could be answering it on the show. Thank you for coming in, Jeff Wiggles and TK and Tu. Thank you so much as well.
Guys.
Now it's time to play Escape Rule. How fast can a Gentoo penguin swim to escape a predator? 26, 36, or 46 kilometers per hour? Find out after the break. Or 46 kilometers per hour. If you answered 36 kilometers per hour, then you're right. The Gentoo penguin can swim up to 36 kilometers per hour to get away from a predator like the killer whale. We saw those Gentoo penguins at Kelly Tolton's, and I can tell you firsthand that they are seriously fast. It's Vet Day today, so it's time to celebrate vets all around Aotearoa. Some of our Fanimals Club members have sent in thank you messages to their vets on the clubhouse. We've got one here from Molly Cook, and they want to say thanks to Vet South Clinic in Gore for helping her cat called Bear. When they were moving, a bookshelf fell on Bear's tail and half of their tail had to get cut off. But Bear is all better now because their vet did such a good job in surgery. Another Molly, Molly Gallagher, in Timaru wants to say thanks to her vet. Her Maltese Papillon Cross Tiny went to the groomers and the groomer accidentally cut him on his leg. He had to go to the vet and get stitches, but now he's all better thanks to the Timaru vets. Sebastian in Titirangi wants to say thanks to Mount Albert Veterinary Specialist Group for making his cat Illy better. He went missing for a few weeks and then turned up all ragged and tied up in his collar, but after he went to the vet he was all better within a few weeks. We all love our pets so much and we're very grateful for the great work our vets do to keep them healthy and safe. So, happy International Vet Day to vets everywhere. Now, it's not much time left to enter this competition, so get in quick. Calling all Fanimals, what if the world's smallest creatures could tell you their biggest secrets? Get ready for this awe-inspiring prize. We want you to see the world of bugs built by winning a trip to the Bug Lab at Auckland Zoo for you and your whole family. To enter, head online to the Fanimals app or website and sign up to become a Fanimals Club member. Click on the Share and Win button and go to Bug Lab. Answer the buggy questions to go in the draw and you could be experiencing giant bugs sharing the biggest secrets from some of the world's smallest creatures. So get entering now. Remember, entries close tomorrow, so you better get in quick. Now, for a quick after-school snack idea, it's cat face yogurt pizza. It's super easy and it looks so cool, and best of all, it's delicious. We've got a little cat here, ears, nose, whiskers, little mouth, eyes. It's going to be really fun. For the pizza base, you just need 2 ingredients. 1.5 cups of self-raising flour and 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. It's really, really easy to make. To decorate, you're going to need some pizza sauce, some mozzarella, some sausages or pepperoni, things like that, olive, a little bit of ham, capsicum, and some cheese slices and tomatoes. Okay, pizza base time. Flour goes in, and we just closely follow with the yogurt. 2 ingredients, so that's super easy. I used to always be a bit afraid to make my own pizza bases because I thought they were really hard. I really like this recipe because, hey, it's just so easy. Mix that around like that. Get your spatula in. Now it will start to come together and look like a bit of a dough. So after we mix it, we're going to then start kneading it a little bit. And I've just got some extra flour on the side here to help me do that. So you see it comes together like that, looking good. By the way, I've already washed my hands. That's what we always do in the kitchen. So I'm handling it fine. Grab our flour, sprinkle it on. So then this stops my hands getting extra dirty with the flour. Knead, knead, knead. Extra flour, and just keep pulling it together, pushing, using your wrist up and over like that. And it will come together like a bit of a dough like that. There we go. Put that aside for now, and here's some I've made. So we'll take our dough, we've got that prepared, and we've got our tray. And we'll split our dough. And we're not going to use a rolling pin or anything. I am just going to dust my hands again a little bit, dust the tray, pop that on, and I'm just going to go around like that with my hands, stretch it out, a little bit more flour, only lightly because we don't want to make it too dry, stretch it out. You know, and if you do want a rolling pin, you can just use a round olive oil, glass bottle, or anything you want. You can DIY your own things like that. Now, make it nice and round like that, or round enough. I think that's pretty good. Put these aside. Now, to decorate, I am just quickly going to take our pizza sauce. Yummo. Bang that on. Mix it around. Get that nice tomatoey base on. Now we want to go all the way to the edges, just because that's the way we want our cat to look like. Pop that back, fix that up a bit, so it's nice and round again. Take our cheese, pop it on, a little bit of cheese, we don't want too much. Cheese goes on, there we go. Yum, yum, yum. Now we're going to make our little face, and as you can see here, this is what it's going to look like. So we'll take our ham first, and we're starting from the bottom of the little mouth. Ham goes on. We're going to take our sausage or our pepperoni. Pepperoni goes like that. Take our whiskers. I'm using some red capsicum. And these little cool bendy bits, they can go up like that to make it look like a cool little whisker flick. Micro and chip will like these. They look like these. Hey. Now we'll make our nose. So I've just chopped up some tomato, cut it in half, really easy peasy. Pop it on there. And then we grab our little wee eyes. Now I've set my oven to about 220 degrees Celsius, and that's quite high, so be careful. Oh no, we haven't got the ears. Oh, that's the best part. I've just got some cheese slices. Pop them under there. Oh, look, we did that. I love the ears. Cheese slices go on, and it's good that they're in slice form because then they'll just gently melt and turn into ear shapes. Okay, pop them in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes until it's all crispy and nice and golden, and they're done. It'll come out like this. Super fun, really easy, and I absolutely love these little cat pieces. If you make these at home, be sure to upload your pictures onto the Fanimals Clubhouse. We absolutely love seeing your creations. And if you want to watch these steps again, head over to fanimals.tv. And while you're online, head over to the Share and Win page and click on the Pets Factor button. Here's some inspiration. One of our very own Fanimals Club members has sent one in. Here's Grace Edhouse from Rotorua and her cat Eddie. Very good, and what a smart cat. That's one way to save money on not getting a cat flap. Thanks for sending in your video, Grace. You've won a cat toy for Eddie and a pygmy pop for yourself. If you want to be on Pets Factor next week, go online to the Fanimals app or website, head over to the Share and Win page and click on the Pets Factor button. Upload a video of your pet and their special talent. We absolutely love your videos, so keep sending them in. They give us such joy and pleasure, and we want to show them off to the rest of New Zealand. We'll see you after the break. Kia ora, welcome back. Thanks for all of your questions. It's Ask Me Anything time. And happy International Wet Day, Stacey. Nice hat.
Thank you. And today we have Jeff Wiggles the axolotl. Now, they're also known as a Mexican walking fish, and the branches on the heads of the gills, they stick out from his head so there's more surface area to absorb more oxygen. Now, an important thing for all axolotl and fish owners is to know whether your water is in chlorine or not. Just make sure you test your water for chlorine and add a dechlorinator that you can get from the pet store.
Good tip. Okay, thanks Stacey. Time for some questions, so let's dive in. Olivia Harwood from Dunedin has a question. My axolotl Nipper keeps biting my other axolotl Spot. What should I do?
Nipper. It sounds to me like they might both be a little bit young. And axolotls, although they look really cool, they do go through a phase when they're younger where they aren't really nippy and they can actually cause a lot of damage. So they don't grow out of it until they're adults. So if your axolotls are less than 15 or 16 centimetres, they probably are going to still be in this quite aggressive phase and they are going to nip each other. So if they're really little, less than 8 centimetres, I would probably just separate them so that they've got their own tank, because it's going to be so long until they get to the stars and they stop. It's probably just best to separate. If they're pretty big, around about that 12 to 14 centimetre mark, I'd just make sure that it's a big tank and they've got lots of different hiding places where they can get away from each other.
Okay, separation. Eh?
Separation.
All right, good luck with that one, Olivia. Now this one is from your daughter, Ava.
Oh,
And the question is, do you know what the worst food for a cat is?
oh no. Well, she probably knows what I'm going to say, but the one that I sort of have is that lots of people where we are, they feed a lot of tuna. And tuna, although really yummy and has good omega-3s, if you feed too much of it, it has an enzyme called thymidase in it. And thymidase eats away the B vitamin called thiamine. And the worry with that is if you don't have enough thiamine, it affects the brain. And what happens is you get a bit of a head tilt and you lose your coordination. And worst case scenario, it might even progress to like seizures and fitting, which is really horrible. The other thing with tuna, and this is the same for us, is they eat a lot of other fish. And so they accumulate a lot of something called mercury, which is a heavy metal, and we don't want that. And when we eat tuna, it builds up. So we don't want to eat too much because we don't want to have that heavy metal in us. So what I always recommend for cats is that we don't eat tuna more than once a month.
I didn't know that about tuna. That's a good one.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
And lastly, from your other daughter, Charlotte.
Oh, God's sake.
Hey Dad, are we allowed to have pudding tonight?
Oh, so I have to say yes now, don't I?
No, you do, don't
Yes,
you?
darling, we can have some pudding tonight. Hey, thanks for sending on all those questions today. Remember to go online and ask your own questions. Just become a Fanimals Club member, like my daughters, and click on the Ask Me Anything button.
Now it's time to catch up with our mate Wolfgang, who's on the search for some of our endangered sea lions.
Today we're in search of Aotearoa's ultimate survivor, the New Zealand sea lion, once found all across our coastlines. Now they're one of the rarest sea lions in the world. So today we're in the Otago Peninsula and we're going on an adventure to find these rare animals. And I've heard of one colony that's bouncing back.
So I'm here with Sean and John. Now these guys work with New Zealand Sea Lion Trust. Could you please tell me about the population here?
Well, at this stage, it's still quite a small population. There's not that many pups being born, maybe 14 pups born this year. And because of that, we want to keep a really close eye on them.
What are we doing here today?
Well, today we're just going to try and monitor some of the sea lions. We've got some gear with us so we can figure out who's who. So how about we go see if we can find some?
Let's go.
Alright, well, it looks like we've got a couple of females just over here. So the female sea lions are much lighter colour than the males. Not sure at this stage if that's her pup that's with her.
What do we got here?
Well, these are a couple of scanners that we use to scan the microchips that have been inserted into the sea lions. So if you want to come with us, Wolf, we'll see if we can read some of these microchips. Just crouch down. You can just see on the front flipper there, just in that little armpit area, there's a little hole. Yeah. So that's where she used to have a tag. Well, we weren't able to identify them with microchips, but we don't want to disturb them too much. So how about we go see if we can find some others? So as you saw, we're able to get quite close to sea lions at times. Obviously we need to do that for our research, but normally we would recommend staying further away than we were today. Sometimes they will approach you, so 10 metres is the best distance. A little bit further if they're active, especially if they are coming towards you.
Tell me about sea lions in New Zealand.
Sea lions used to be found all the way around New Zealand, right up to the top of the North Island, and we certainly had a much higher population than they do now. Human-induced threats like being caught in fishing nets and also having to compete with fisheries for food resources. And in the last few years there's been a number of disease outbreaks as well.
How are sea lions doing now?
Here on the mainland numbers are slowly increasing, but unfortunately in the sub-Antarctic their numbers are still low and under threat.
We want to see New Zealand sea lions thrive and hopefully have them all over the coastlines again. So head over to the Fanimals website. Check out some information and ideas on how you can get involved.
Great job, Wolf. We love your endangered adventures. Now, Stacey, we have one last surprise for you. It's a special Stacey-themed Throwback Thursday for Vet Day. We asked your wife for a picture of you when you were younger, so let's take a look. Here's you.
Oh, what?
Look at you. Aren't you the cutest? And this one. Oh, look at you with that dog.
Oh, granddad, yeah.
You look like you really love animals. Destined to be a vet, I'd say.
I can't even remember those.
No, well, you're quite young. Now, with all this celebrating, I feel like we should throw a party tomorrow, and I'm inviting some of your favourite guests over.
Sweet, who's coming?
Tomorrow, we're going to have a bug-orama party. We have bees and redback spiders. It's going to be so much fun.
Seriously, redbacks?
Yep, real redbacks.
That does sound exciting. See you guys tomorrow.
Enjoy the cat face pizza if you make some tonight. Bye-bye.